Yeah, that
All
sounds
right.
good.
Good deal. Happy Moist Monday,
Happy
bud.
Moist Monday. We got a very good beer. Yeah, let me correct mine. I'm drinking
Yeah.
a High Life. This is a 9.5% Yeti Imperial Stout by Great Divide. Oh, baby. Cheers.
Yeti or not,
Yeti or not, here I come.
I'm gonna come.
Yeti or not. Is that today's episode title?
Yeti or not, I'm gonna come.
I'll cut that last part. That's a little teaser for the actual listeners. Now let's try this.
I like it.
Oh, very roasty.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see like what.
I get the caramel at the end a little bit. I don't get much toffee.
It doesn't say much, like on the can what it's like the flavor profiles.
It's by the Great Divide from Colorado.
Yeah, very. Damn, this is crazy that it's almost 10% though,
I
because it
know.
doesn't taste like that.
No, it's not that strong. It's kind of just a normal stout.
And we're drinking this. It's a little bit cold, so if we sip on it, I think more flavor will come out. Usually, that's what happens with stouts.
Yeah, probably more.
Closer to room temp.
Yeah, because it has toffee in it, so I bet that comes out more later.
Yeah, it's creamy. It's smooth and very roasty.
I like the name.
Wow, that's pretty good. I think I've had a variant of that before on my other project, Gaming Off the Grid. We like reviewed it, I think a couple years ago. I can't remember, dude.
What do you think of Yetis, Sasquatches, and Big Feet?
Oh, like, do I believe in them?
Yeah.
That's tough because I don't think Bigfoot himself is real.
No,
But I think there's multiple. If there's
it's
anything
so
like
unlikely now.
yeah, but if there's anything like a Bigfoot, I feel like there would be more than one of them.
Probably not like a crazy amount of them though.
But you think
either.
about all the people that see him, and it's like, well, how did he see him over here? And
No, the map is weird because
Yeah.
there are a lot of like in like
but also,
Northwest, but also in
how
Colorado.
do we not find them? Because so many people have trail cams now,
Right.
for like deer hunting
Yeah,
and like shit. Like,
you would have found them through that, I bet.
or I bet people would put up like GoPros.
Well, there's also the people hunting him actively. Probably as we speak, there's a few people hunting Bigfoot.
that'd be fun, but also like
We
not.
could do a Bigfoot weekend. It's just wandering.
just-
we have to choose woods and we just wander.
We just basically choose woods and hike. It's
And
just camping and hiking. That's
big
what,
thi-
that's
but
what
the
it
big-
is.
I think the big thing is telling everybody I'm here for Bigfoot, rolling into town, and we'll like bring our gear and stuff.
Yeah, you got to have like camera gear
Yeah.
and all that shit, and then you got to like
Because you'd look like the weird like woodsman, like cameraman, and I look like a
one of-
guy who couldn't make it in the military but got really into this as a hobby.
yeah, you do, and especially now that you're bald.
Yeah, and
you also look like
especially
one of those
in
that-
this hat.
one of those people that believes in conspiracy theories. So you're like the one that's pushing it.
Yeah, which I kind of do, but still,
I mean, you know a lot about them. You're more interested.
I like conspiracy theories.
You like listening and hearing about them.
Yeah, because I like when people talk about like hollow moon, and I'm just like, you believe in the moon?
Dude, I've been. It kind of reminds me of conspiracy
Well, have
theories.
you ever heard of lunar stasis, which is how we never see the fucking other side of the moon? I don't trust that, to be fair. The fact that the moon, like, we never see the dark side, like, it doesn't rotate. Like, we don't see the
Well, it's
other
because
side.
the moon doesn't rotate. We rotate.
The moon also rotates. It rotates in a way, though, that we never see the other side. Because everything spins.
So,
still.
are we seeing a side of the moon that's always the same for us, but then the people in Asia are seeing a different side?
Nope, still all same side.
How
That's
the
why-
fuck does that work?
Well, because some days of the month you don't see the moon at all.
Oh yeah, because quarter moon,
Or wait,
half moon.
wait, so that's not right because that's just the way the sun reflects off the moon. I don't know. I don't trust the moon.
Well, I do trust the moon because the moon makes currents and waves. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's
How
fucking
does,
confusing.
that doesn't make sense to
Nope.
me. And if you're like on a Star Wars planet when there's multiple moons, their waves got to be crazy.
I mean, because how many is it like Venus or Mercury that has like 70 something or maybe over 100?
yeah, so they probably have tsunamis like all the time.
I don't know if they have water. And same with
Oh,
like,
true, yeah, because Mars barely has water.
I don't think what Mars really has. They
They have
found like ice.
ice
Yeah.
caps. I don't see. This is how dumb we are.
Yeah.
I know a little bit,
About nothing.
but I did want to talk about this real quick because it kind of reminds me of conspiracy theories a little bit of just like people believing in shit.
Yeah.
I started watching this show on Netflix called Magic for Humans,
Okay.
and it is so fucking good. It's a magic show.
Okay. Is it like a real, like a guy showing people magic tricks or what?
It's a guy showing people magic tricks on the street.
Yeah.
And every episode has like a theme.
Okay.
So one of the episodes is about
Who's the magician?
Justin Willman.
Okay.
Dude, he's so I like love him so much.
Sure.
He's so charismatic and just funny. And but there's an episode where he talks about seeing is believing and like tricking people and stuff. So he does a trick where he gets everybody in on it, and he's doing like a street performance.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, when some random person shows up, we're gonna make him believe that he's invisible.
Okay.
So like he gets everybody to agree with it, and then he starts the magic show, and some guy walks in and sits down, like he's watching the show, and he's like, okay, let's make somebody disappear. And he picks on him, puts a blanket over him, pulls the blanket off, and people like freak out, and the guy's like, what?
And just sitting there.
And then the magician walks away.
Oh no.
Because he gets a phone call.
That sucks.
So the guy, people like come take photos of him, and like
they took a photo of the empty chair.
So the guy's like freaking out and starts wandering around, and people are ignoring him.
Oh my god,
dude, it's really funny.
Oh, I would probably cry.
And then he's like, okay, we got to bring him back. So like he runs back to the chair, and he's like, okay, on count of three. The guy is like, holy shit. He like does it twice, and one of the guys is like really freaking out. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, because I've seen them kids have that prank pulled on them, and like they'll start just crying and like begging to be brought back.
Dude, this Magic for Humans, highly recommend. It's just so fun. He has a segment called Trick Questions.
Okay.
Where he shows people tricks and then asks them questions. So he's like, pay attention to the trick.
Yeah.
But all the questions have nothing to do with the trick.
Right. So it just confuses them. Yeah.
Yeah, and they always go, what?
Because like big stage magic stuff, or not even like stage, but like high cons, like when
like Las Vegas stuff,
or like when David Copperfield like made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
It's just camera tricks,
right? Yeah, like was anyone in the like everyone in the crowd was faking it then, right?
Probably,
yeah, because they just moved the camera over.
Yeah, yeah. David Blaine, he does more like stunts.
I heard that he, for like the crowd stuff though, like on the street, that he would have to fake it, or that they would have to do just so many fucking takes for someone to actually, like when he was like levitating off the sidewalk and shit.
Yeah, there's shit like that. This guy,
but he's more of a freak show performer too.
Yeah, he's more of a, because he's like just stabbing himself with ice picks.
Or throw up a frog.
I love magic so much. But like this guy does stunt work. This guy does street magic, so like most of the reactions are real, I think. And he even addresses
card tricks are super fucking cool. He even they're
he even addresses it in like one of the episodes. Like he does a whole episode on fake.
Yeah.
So like he talks about how like, oh, if this was a real magic show, this is how it would be done. And he's like, I want you to fake react, and we'll use that as a cut.
Oh,
and then he actually does magic on top of it, and you can definitely tell that they're not faking it. Like it was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah. It's such a good show, and it just makes me smile when I watch it.
But like Mind Freak was ridiculous.
I love that show.
Where he'd like watch it and he'd act like he tore somebody in half,
and the crowd would scream.
Yeah, but like, what? No, like obviously that didn't happen.
And then when he walks on water and the girl swims under him, it's just plexiglass.
Yes, like that one annoyed me.
Or him
getting rolled over by like a steamroller.
I did like the show, but that was like on like a reality TV show type.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I just like magic a lot. I remember back when I was a kid, I watched Secrets of Magic, I think it was, or Magic's Revealed.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
There was a show, and he was a masked magician, and he was revealing secrets.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
And then at the very end of the show, he revealed who it was, and he's like a famous magician.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But
like people didn't like him because he was revealing.
But I loved it because I was like, oh, this is how these huge tricks are done, like stage tricks and then street tricks, and I think they did it for like 3 seasons. I think a lot of
tricks revealed.
I think I went as him for Halloween one year.
Well, you went as
I went as Chris Angel for Halloween one time, but I think I went as him one time because he just had like black and white face paint basically. So that's all I did, and then did magic. But this is the Moist Monday podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Robert. This has been a weird intro, but let's freaking hit that music, baby.
Being a funny bone level comedian would be interesting.
Or you just tour all the time
but like always those, which is weird. But there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's so many that we don't even know because there's people that play like every weekend here that I just don't.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to do funny bone more often.
Yeah, because it's just fun, get a few drinks, have a few laughs,
and like some of them are decently sized comedians too.
There's a couple that come through where I'm like, damn, I want to see him, and then I forget and then don't go.
I would like to see more like club, but where they're still like somewhat famous, like have specials and stuff.
Yeah, that would be fun. And it's just fun to see, comedy live.
Right, yeah.
Instead of pre-recorded comedy like this podcast.
Is that what we're calling it? Comedy.
Pre-recorded comedy. That's what this is. Happy March, everybody. How you doing? You feeling it? You feeling green?
Getting warm?
It is almost spring break.
Yeah.
It is almost spring. Dude, this is the last episode before our 1-year anniversary.
That's weird.
Isn't that fucking...
We've been doing this for a fucking year. It's ridiculous.
Isn't that crazy? So our next episode is going to be a special one.
All right. We do really have to plan for that.
Yeah, we probably got to figure out some events and drink something fancy. And
fair.
I got a bottle I've been saving.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do that. But we got to plan segments and stuff. But luckily, we record ahead, so we have time.
Yes.
You don't know when we're recording this, audience. But I'll tell you right now. It's...
Well, I could give some hints because
I put a bleep in there, so even though I didn't say anything.
Okay. Well, because I was going to say today, I listened to a few new albums that came out. I figure that's topical.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about those that I didn't listen to.
Right, yeah. No, I was hoping you would when I told you I was listening to them today, but nope. So, because the new Pierce...
Well, I was working on school homework, okay?
Right, yeah, because you're back in school. Because the new Pierce the Veil album came out today, and so did the new Paramore album.
Damn, double release of emo pop punk bands.
It was like that.
Yeah, it's like a retro day.
And the Fast and Furious trailer dropped today, so
yeah.
mid-2000s, it's back.
Dude, I'm glad I started my day with Fast and Furious.
It's
today.
weird, yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, we reviewed the trailer the hour it came out.
Dude, yeah, our
We
review
were
was
within
one
the first 1,000 views of the trailer.
It was. I felt like, dude, we're tropical. We're
Topical.
We're topical.
There you go.
I did that.
Just like an ointment.
Tropical. Ointment's wet and moist, like a tropical. When you put it on, you're like, need that breeze on me.
But my review of both albums they're fine. Like, not great. Nothing stood out at all
I'm
about
nervous.
either of them.
I don't know much about Paramore, but I'm nervous for the Pierce album because we talked about the single that came out, Past Nirvana, and I love that song.
It was fine for me.
Still love that song. But then all the other
I'd say
singles...
Emergency Contact I liked better.
Really? All the other singles they released, I was like, crap.
The third one was horrible.
Yeah.
It was...
So is that more like the album, the third one?
I would say those three combined, honestly, were the whole album.
Was there any more heavy songs?
The last song was heavier.
Okay.
But the song before that was a slower song, and I liked it. It also had a female on it, but it didn't say...
You didn't say who it was?
I don't think so, which I thought was weird. But also, like, something that happened in the album during the slow song, at least, is there was a line about, like, cutting your wrist. And I was like, you're 40 now. Aren't we over this? Like...
Yeah, and I think he just got married and is having a kid or has a kid.
But, like, that more so felt like baiting the emo crowd again. Like, that they were like, oh, we should sing about this. We should sing about
That's their
suicide.
crowd, though.
But also their crowd grew up.
I mean, think about, though, when they were famous, they were
In
late
their
20s. Yeah, you know what I mean? And still singing about that.
Which is weird to think about now. The idea, like, if you and I wrote a song and we wrote about, like, emo stuff, that's really weird to me.
I mean, they looked, though, the part.
Yeah, because that's what sold tickets.
Yeah, that's true.
And also their drummer got in trouble for playing the part.
That's the tough thing is their audience is fucking 14 to 16-year-old women, and then I happen to love the band too.
I know.
So I was just in a crowd full of
like it was fine when
women.
we were 16, but like
I liked Pierce like super heavy probably till I was like 22. Like,
yeah,
I was like
probably.
late to the party, and then I remember like at Riot Fest and stuff feeling just. I felt like I kind of felt fit in, but then I also kind of felt a little bit old. And I was still only like 21, 22.
I remember when we saw like Newfound Glory, there was a guy in the crowd who was older than us, and he was talking to us about that. Of like, it's weird that I'm in my 30s now, but like this was the band that was big when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But like their crowd still stays the same a little.
And now Warped Tour is gone.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, yeah, because now they do the When We Were Young thing.
Which looks terrible.
I mean,
the bands sound awesome, but
they canceled like day of for one of the festivals, and people just got fucked
Jesus
out of
Christ.
money experience. Like I'm sure their tickets got refunded, but they flew to Vegas for it.
Yeah, exactly. You planned a whole weekend, and so then you're like, now what?
Yeah, I'm just here and pissed.
Fuck that, dude.
No, people were showing up at the venue when they found out it was closed. It was fucked.
Isn't that also the festival where like bands are going, I didn't know we booked this.
I mean, because it was a crazy amount of bands all in for one day, and then they just kept, instead of extending the festival, they just kept doing the festival for like a week straight.
What the
where it's
hell?
all those bands every day.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's ever booking that? Good idea. Not
Kind of. I mean, it was close to
you
a good
didn't
idea.
fulfill it.
You should have just made it a 3-day event with all those bands.
Yeah, I know. Like the poster and looking at all the bands, you're like, fuck
Jesus,
yeah.
it's my entire high school
It's my entire
catalog. Yeah.
childhood.
Yeah.
Dude, that would, yeah. I haven't been to like a festival in a while. I want to go to, I think Riot Fest is still,
The best.
and I feel like that's still one that we can go to.
Yes, it's
And
3
that's in
days.
all-
It's in Chicago,
Yeah.
so it's like doable and it's fun. It's my favorite festival too.
That's a festival I've never been to and I've always wanted to go.
Right.
Because all the other ones, I don't really like Bonnaroo. I think it might be fun, but then also it's like that's not really my scene.
Yeah,
and I just feel like there'd be
and they're so expensive. Like Bonnaroo, Coachella. What? I mean, Electric Forest is EDM.
yeah, but it's a similar festival,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just like a lot of drugs and hanging out and
And then like
and it's so expensive.
and then there's like rock festivals, but those always kind of feel kind of gross.
Yeah,
like,
they do.
Yeah.
They feel very gross. Reading in Leeds would be kind of fun, but
I
that's
don't
all.
know that
That's
one.
in fucking Europe.
Okay.
That's a huge one.
Because Riot Fest is my only go-to.
Yeah, I
at
think
this
Riot
point.
Fest. We need to plan and do that. at
I'm
some
really
point.
glad I went to Bled Fest when it was still a thing.
What the
that
hell
was
is
like
that?
It's kind of like Midwest emo,
Oh, okay.
and it was in an old high school where so it was like all people
Dude.
my age. It was super.
I think
great.
I saw a video or a small documentary on YouTube about that.
Sure.
Like it literally was in a high school,
Yep.
like, and the bands
You
were
ate in the cafeteria.
Bands were playing in the gym and shit.
No, the merch was in the gym. Then there was like an auditorium, which was like the main stage.
Dude,
and
yeah,
then some
I
of
watched
the,
a video on
Some
it.
of the stages were just classrooms. It was super fun. And it was like, I think 2 days, maybe it was 1 day.
Dude, that sounds fucking.
It was in
tickets were like,
Michigan. Yeah, it was probably like $40 to
yeah,
go.
and you're just like, this is awesome.
And like you just are hanging out. Like there's a playground behind. Yeah.
You're just literally hanging out like you're in high school again.
It was super fun.
Did they only do that a few years?
It's gone now. I think they did it a while, but I went, I think the second to last, and I was going to go the last year, but my plans fell through.
Oh, that means the girl he was talking to didn't want to go.
No, her and I actually broke up, and then she was like, "Hey, do you still want to go to this?" And I was
awkward.
like, "Absolutely not.
Absolutely
We didn't
not.
buy tickets.
We're not driving to Michigan together after
Yeah.
we broke up. Fuck that.
Yeah. But the year before, I was still seeing the girl that I bought tickets with.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Weird. Jacob has been with a lot of women, and that ties into.
Does it?
Yeah, it ties into my next topic.
Jesus Christ.
How many women? No, I'm just kidding. I would like to know, but that'd be an off-air conversation.
Yeah, that seems weird to say on air.
because it's a big number. Do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a list.
We don't. Oh, I have a list too. Mine's a lot smaller. But my question, my topic in question is: have you ever been busted while having sex, like by authorities or parents, or just caught when you shouldn't have been? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've never actually actively been caught. I do remember one circumstance where I was at a girl's place, but she was still with her parents.
Oh yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, and I remember she had the fucking loudest bed you have ever.
Oh,
like,
so it just squeaks.
yeah, just the worst springs. And then it was post that, like we had been hanging out like for a while, and like this is a girl I saw like for like probably weeks, and then we were at her place because I think I was living with my parents at the time too.
Oh yeah, it was during that era.
Yeah, and I was just like, there's no way we can do it at my place. So, but we could do it at her place because she had a looser structure, I guess.
But a louder bed.
Yes. But so we were up in her bed and like post sex, so like naked cuddling, and there's a knock at her door and it's her dad. And he's like, "Hey, have you seen my wallet?" And she's like, "No." And he's like, "All right, well, don't." And like, I remember he made this joke. He's like, "All right, don't," because there's nudes of me in it. And like, so I was like, all right, so he's a cool dad. But I remember we were like talking after. I was like, I didn't know if I had to naked fight your dad or not.
Yeah, that's
like,
oh my god.
where I don't know if he knew she had anybody over. Like,
Dude,
Yeah.
or maybe that's his way of saying, I know you're naked.
maybe
And
it
this
was
is
like
my
a,
way of
a
being-
long stretched
This is
out.
my way of being, I'm aware that you're doing this.
Yeah.
Maybe stop by interrupting it. But it was post-op, so it wasn't mid.
Yeah, and he was not home during.
Okay, weird.
Because I think she had like an older brother who had been home at the time too, and like I think his girlfriend lived there too. So it was like
So there was a lot of sex
It was a
happening.
different just circumstance
That's
in their
kinda
house.
cool.
Yeah, but I think that's the only time I've
So
ever gotten like
you've had a close call.
yes of someone walking in on me naked with their daughter.
This question spawned because I have been caught.
Okay.
By the police.
I knew that. Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
I'm going to tell it anyway.
Okay. Yeah. No.
The listeners don't know.
Right.
And I haven't talked about this in a while. It's because it happened when I was younger. So when I was dating my long-term girlfriend, this was early on in the relationship.
Okay.
And I didn't have a car. Mm-hmm. And so she had to come and get me a lot of the time. And she lived 30 minutes away.
Right.
In a different town. So we were fooling around in the back of, I think, her car or my parents' car.
If it was her car, did she have the Ford Fiesta at this
it was
point?
the
So
Fiesta.
these tiny fucking cars.
I think it was my mom's car.
Okay.
Because I was able to borrow my car sometimes and go up and visit her.
Yes.
Because we got busted in the Indianola Park.
Okay.
Because it was nighttime. I wasn't allowed over at her house.
Right.
Her mom hated me.
Yep.
And so I wasn't allowed inside, which was like, okay, so when I go to visit her, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah. Where are we going to go?
Because we were 19 and 20, so it's not like
Yeah.
we could go hang out at a bar. And
True.
we couldn't really do anything.
You
So
could
we
walk the mall.
So I remember we did go to this park, I think when it was daytime, and like climbed some trees and hung out and stuff, and it was fun. But then we were fooling around in the car, and it was nighttime and it was dark, but the car was parked. And like we were like legit fooling around.
Right.
And then all of a sudden,
Clothing off?
yeah, like I was like freaking naked.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
All of a sudden a car pulls in and then like slowly drives by, and we like lay down so we don't get seen.
Yeah.
And then they drive away. And we're like, oh, thank God.
Because
We missed it.
I don't know if it's everywhere, but here you're not allowed in a park past sundown.
Yeah, well, if there's sundown, you're
That's
not
like
allowed.
always the rule.
So we were like, oh, thank God. So then we got back to it, and then the car came up right behind us and did the flashlight thing.
Ugh.
And we were like, oh, son of a
God
bitch.
damn
And
it.
then like a police officer, it was a cop.
Yeah.
Came and knocked on, like we were in the back seat.
Yeah.
And like knocked on the door, and there were two of them.
I wonder whose car you were in. Hers or yours?
I think it was my parents because there was a
Okay.
lot more room.
Okay.
But I remember getting out of the car
Yeah.
as I'm putting my pants back on.
Okay.
And I don't have a shirt on.
Yeah.
And the officer is like, sir, can you please put some clothes on? So I like have to
I
put
would love to.
I have to put my shirt on. She's in the car getting dressed herself.
Yeah.
And we both had to get out of the car. I'm like barefoot, And they're like, what are you doing? And I remember they like pulled her aside and asked her multiple times,
Are you?
are you here on your own free will?
That's wild.
Like they thought I like
Yeah.
abducted her or something,
Yeah.
or like like multiple times.
You didn't
And
even have the beard then either.
no, like we were both young.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? Dude, it was the scariest fucking thing. I think we almost got caught again in another park,
Gross.
but we weren't in the car. We were actually in the park, so we
Okay.
just hid in
Sure.
the park because a cop did come through and flashlights.
Well,
and-
I mean, I think cops always go through parks because it's usually kids rather doing drugs or having sex
Yeah,
in
and
the parking lot.
we had sex.
Which is funny because I live right next to one and I'm just aware that's probably happening there.
Well, it's because where else are you supposed to go?
I know.
You know what I
kids have
mean?
I wonder if kids still do parks. I hope so.
I also used to back in the day have sex so much in cars because we had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
And that's so uncomfortable.
My go-to move when I was doing that was to park in front of a house for sale.
Nice.
Yep.
Genius.
So,
So no
like-
one's there.
And you'll block like the for sale sign, so it just seems like there's a car parked outside.
We would just go to random streets.
Yeah.
Dude, there was multiple times we would.
I remember once the weirdest car sex I had was next to a pet crematorium.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's what the girl said it was. This was in Iowa City. And it was by a park too, but it was like deep down the roads. Yep, that's probably the weirder one I've done.
I've had sex in a cemetery.
Oh, how like on top of like graves or what?
On top of a blanket.
On top of graves? That's weird.
Okay, so it wasn't actually. We were on the outskirts of the cemetery.
Okay.
But we had to walk through the cemetery. Like it was like the field next to the cemetery.
Okay.
But we had to walk.
So probably what will later become a cemetery.
Yeah, it was like, oh, the dead bodies haven't made it this far yet. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
because do cemeteries go like plot at a time, or do they like jut out sometimes because people don't want to be about? That'd be
'cause
weird.
you can buy plots, So,
yeah, that's true. Because I think my parents own a few plots, but like I could never picture buying a plot.
I think once you get to a certain age, you kind of.
They don't want the plots anymore. They now believe in like
Oh, so what
big-
can you?
because it was
Can you
military
sell 'em?
plots. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, how does that work?
I don't know.
How does
That
the
is
funeral
weird.
business work? We have a funeral friend. Maybe she'll know.
Maybe.
But I remember this was also in Indianola. Damn, I had a
Yes.
lot of sex in Indianola. Small town.
I've had a fair amount because the first girlfriend I dated that I had sex with, also in Indianola, I had sex in their Fairway parking lot. I remember.
Oh, I can picture that in my head.
And then, don't.
Not you having sex. No. Well, now I am.
Yeah.
But I could picture the fairway and the parking lot.
Yeah.
Where?
I don't remember. All I remember is that one time she hit the steering wheel.
You were doing it in the front seat.
I know. She was tiny.
That's true. You both were tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. The girl that I was with did like roller derby. So she was more my size. We were the same size.
She could. There's a good chance she could beat you if you wrestled.
She did. I think I liked it. Because I'm into that. Okay? Is that what you wanted to hear, ladies and gentlemen?
What I do picture for you is roller derby girl.
Yeah, I think I'm into that type of woman, and just that type of.
You like a strong
I like a strong woman.
like thighs and waist.
Oh yeah, like a muscular softball player, kind of.
Sure.
Yeah, I think in college I was with a softball ball player for a little bit.
Yeah. Izzy was a softball player.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
I guess I never knew that.
Yeah. We can ask her during Izzys Insights coming later.
Oh, teaser to a segment. But I remember in Indianola, she was staying at her grandparents' house, and we hopped a fence, walked through a cemetery
Jesus.
into an open field, and then put up a picnic area with candles, and then had sex under the stars.
I mean, sounds great.
Sounds very romantic, but at the same time, it was nighttime, and I was so fucking scared
Sure.
because of the ghosts, dude. Like, you know how scary it is to be at a cemetery at night?
Why would there be a ghost at a cemetery though? Nobody dies there.
That's where the bodies are.
Yeah, I think you give up your body pretty fucking quick.
But it literally felt like the beginning of maybe
yeah.
the Shaun of the Dead or something.
Or like a Stephen King movie. Well, I mean, I guess
walking. Yeah, because the cemetery.
Day of the
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, because they go
starts
to
at
a cemetery.
Yes.
But can you imagine just two young couples having sex and then
Yeah.
and then they become zombies, but then they're naked zombies.
That would suck.
You ever thought about that? Where are the naked zombies at?
I mean, there wouldn't be a ton of naked zombies.
Yeah,
Not
the only
very
people that are having public sex.
Yeah. I mean, like,
And how often are you having sex in the apocalypse? Because you're probably just scared all the time.
I think Walking Dead later on, they all were. Because there's a lot of, like, kids on that show now. So they had to be
true.
born.
Yeah, probably eventually you get just comfortable with the idea of it. And then you're just like, okay.
So, like, if
it becomes a new normal.
If we were in an apocalypse, I don't know how long it would take for Izzy and I to start having sex again.
She'd be dead. You'd
Sure.
kill her.
Yeah, I'd have to. So
and,
then
then you'd be fucking
and I
someone.
told her I get one while she's dead.
You can only...
Yeah.
That's a degree. That's a
No,
conversation
that is
you
a
had?
conversation we had once.
Oh
Is
my
that?
God. So you're allowed to have one.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a good one. Make sure you do it.
I have to pick a winner.
Make sure you do it. So then when she becomes a zombie, she's naked.
That'd be weird. That would fucking suck. I'm like, I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Because like me personally, I think it'd be funny to be a naked zombie, but like I wouldn't want anyone I know to be a naked zombie.
Because you're just like, I have to kill you and I'm seeing you naked?
Yeah.
And it's like a gross naked?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've never thought about naked zombies.
But that would be, there'd be some of
There
them.
would be, and they'd just be really funny.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of clothed ones and then, oh, there's Bill. Nice penis.
I wonder what happened when he died.
He must have been having fun or... Nope, there's a belt around his neck.
So he was having fun.
He was having fun until the last second.
Have you ever been curious about autoerotic asphyxiation? Because it's got to be great.
Yeah, I have been. I think we maybe talked about this before, but I have been very curious about it.
But like, I'm nervous to try.
Yeah, I'm too scared.
Yeah. It's got to be great though.
Have you ever passed out?
From choking? No.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, because like that's it's the
I've
feeling.
never been choked out.
It's the feeling of passing out mixed with. So you have to like ejaculate when it happens, or like.
I think
So you just wake up to a mess.
Well, because what they do a lot of times is they'll sit on the floor, have a belt around their neck tied to a doorknob, so when you lean forward, it chokes you.
Oh, so then they can easily just lay back and.
Yeah, the issue is if you die leaning forward. If you constrict it enough.
Yeah, so like if you do it and then you try sucking your own dick, It
Yeah,
fucking,
that'd be
and then you die.
that'd be rough.
Then
Yeah.
you die, and they go,
I don't even
God
know what to
damn
do
it,
here.
he
was a hanging pretzel.
and he did it.
Yeah.
Good for
Son
him.
of a bitch did it.
That son of a bitch, and he never told anybody. But now we all know. Dude, public sex and like having sex when you're younger is fucking weird. Dude,
It's so nice just having a house now.
it is very nice, but I kind of miss the risque and like the stealthiness
So,
of it.
of all
But
the
it was
weird
only
things
because of necessity.
So of all the weird things I'm into, that's not really one of
I thought
them.
you were into public. What's that term?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because you and exhibitionist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not an exhibitionist.
Oh, I thought you just like because I remember when Chase was on, you guys talked about like if you were making out.
That was back then also.
Oh,
where
because you were way into it.
it was something I warned to him that like it was more the idea I like taboo stuff.
Oh, so you're like, I could be into this.
Yes.
And it might come up when I'm kissing you.
It was also partially a joke of the idea of like, hey, we have to make out in public. This was for a short film that we did that we won second place.
Yeah.
And
I haven't even seen it, so I don't
no,
know.
it's weird. I remember showing my sisters and they did think it was funny, but I also remember a video of him showing his dad. He was like, oh God.
Why would he show his dad?
For him taking a video of it. But it was also more of a funny thing of like, hey, just so you know, this could happen.
We could both be fully fucking erect.
And now it's a
public.
crime.
But this kind of ties into my next topic because of sex and everything. And this is it's kind of dated, but I've been wanting to talk about it for a while.
Okay.
Snapchat update. Dude, you know what I'm talking about. So Snapchat put out an update a little bit ago where they do daily memories.
Yeah, where it pops
which
up
is
like,
awesome.
Yeah,
I
like
love that. Dude.
4 years.
So it's like, oh, a year ago, this is what.
I'll see what mine is right now.
Yeah, this is what you did. Yeah, let me pull up mine and let's see what mine is. But I did want to talk about
Something I talked to you about.
yeah, because they added
Random.
They added a random thing, which is so fucking stupid. So what? Oh, and they also January recap.
Yeah. So I have my flashback from 4 years ago. God, I was in my apartment and it is literally a photo of me flexing.
Are you naked?
No, I'm wearing pants.
Okay, let's see it.
All right. So this is mine.
Holy shit!
I look good.
Damn, yeah, you do.
I wonder if maybe I got a new tattoo or something. Those look pretty fresh.
That's 4 years ago, though.
Yeah.
Damn. My memory.
So mine was a thirst trap. Should we post them on the video?
Yeah, my memory is 3 years ago. It's just a photo from Up Down. Be excellent to each other.
Okay. Is there any after that?
And then there's, I don't know what this is. It's a photo from Woolies, but I put a thing on it that says Happy New Year.
Okay. From how long ago?
From February 9th. Oh, that gave away.
So that's a day ago.
Yeah. Why did I put a Happy New Year?
On February 9th, I don't know.
I think it's funny sometimes when I'm drunk to post the wrong holiday.
I do. Yeah.
You probably noticed that. Because
Yeah.
sometimes on like 4th of July, I'll post like fireworks and I'll say Happy Thanksgiving. Because I'm an idiot. Because it brings me joy and everyone is just, it brings other people confusion. But Snapchat added a random shit.
Yes. And this was something I talked to you about.
Yeah, so I was like, let's freaking bring this up on the podcast because it's got to happen to other people. So I like the randomness because I'm like, oh,
right,
but also it doesn't. It's kind of cool to be like, oh, this is random photos, but then also, why does it matter? Because there's no flash. I mean, it is obviously
yeah.
flashbacks,
All
but
right. So I'm going to turn off my sound and click on the random.
yeah.
All right. All three were good.
Okay.
One was, again, a thirst trap. Whereas I just got that tattoo.
Oh, damn! Look at
Not
that.
a great photo
Yeah,
either
but that's
way.
a thirst trap for sure. I've taken
Yeah.
a few of those bad photos.
A live performance of a friend of ours, and then a photo of a piece of glass I took out of my foot.
Oh, that was a recent random.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those three are good. But I remember talking to you about this
yeah, when they first released this.
because it was an issue because sometimes it'd be like, oh, a photo of my cat. Oh, a random photo of me. Oh, me jacking off on camera.
So those probably come up in your random yearly memories, right?
Not yearly because
No, not. But I mean,
Oh,
like,
on the random,
yeah.
yes, that's where they'll pop up. Is where it'd be like a dick pic I saved 5 fucking years ago because I was one of those people back then.
That's what's scary. Is like I'll go through my
'Cause
flashbacks.
it's weird
like
because I was that until I met Izzy,
Yeah,
where I was
2.5 years ago.
Yeah, it's like if I had a good dick pic, I would save it because I was like, all right, a girl will want that.
I can send it to a girl later on.
And also, I'll say I'm not an unsolicited dick pic person.
No.
I was a dick pic
It was
person of solicitation.
it was a mutual dick pickery.
I would offer them. And then if they,
Well, also if they send you a,
yeah, I'd be like, hey, do you want to see this?
I don't do it often, but if they send me a dirty pic, I'll send a dirty pic that matches it, and
Sure.
then it goes from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But isn't it weird because like
Because it goes boobs,
dick
yeah,
and then whatever they,
and then just naked,
Yeah.
and then it's but like all we have to offer is penis.
dick. Well, I had good butt photos because also
You
I have
send butt photos?
so this was
Dude,
act-
what is
no,
it from the mirror?
Yeah. No, this is also when I was really when I used to be really muscular and I
Oh
had a
my
good back.
God.
Also, I have an ass tattoo.
Oh, true. But
So-
you don't have a butt. You got a little butt. It's been on camera.
I know. That's true. Yeah, you've seen it. God, that's so weird.
Dude, it's now officially in the Sketchyman is in the link of every video episode
really?
now, so
I
people
like
can
that.
see
Yeah,
your butt.
there is. If you look up Cam's show, my butt is in it, and you'll see my little tattoo.
He's naked in the whole video.
I know it's weird.
We had a group hug and he was naked.
It was I know it was so weird because I wore a pouch for that,
Dude,
but like it.
yeah, that's gotta be. But after a while, you're just like, oh, I'm comfortable.
It was weird though getting there. Where like the moment when I put the pouch on and I put underwear over it. So
Yeah,
for
so
for like over like for body up shots, I was still wearing underwear.
Yeah.
But like for the big scenes, I had to take it off, and it was weird taking my underwear off in front of you.
Yeah, especially with the lights and the cameras and,
Yeah.
and all of our friends.
And also, like, yeah, our buddy Chase, who has been on
Who
this
you made out
podcast.
with.
Yeah, right. But like, he was filming behind me. I was like, I
He's
don't
like
know-
looking at your butthole.
Well, I don't know if it's out at all. Like, I was trying not to do anything.
Dude, I
that would-
remember you were like, is my butthole out? It's
Right.
like, what is it, sentence?
Well, because like I don't have much butt cheeks, so like I was worried that like they were just a little bit more open than most people. I don't fucking know.
Dude, I don't think
don't
I've ever
remember-
sent a butt pic. I don't think I've ever taken a butt pic.
Well, so when I was single, a move was like we would talk about tattoos, and I would list off the ones I have, and they would always be like, "Oh, you have an ass tattoo?"
and you go, absolutely, I do.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, here you go." And then sometimes they would offer a photo of their ass. It was like,
Smart.
yes,
Because women butts.
yeah, because I don't remember who, but oh no, yeah, Jaden, a friend of ours, got an ass tattoo. I was like, "Hey, this is a move." Like,
He has a butt tattoo?
I think so.
Jaden. He doesn't listen to this
I'm
podcast.
pretty sure he has a butt tattoo now. And I told him like that used to be a move I'd use where I would send an ass photo and then
Is it
they'd send
recent?
one.
Because I know he's gotten a couple of tattoos.
Yeah, he got like 4 tattoos.
like
just
back to back to back to back. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
I remember when you got your butt tattoo.
I was in high school. So it was wild because
I have photos of your butt on my Facebook.
really?
Yeah, because I remember when you got it, you used to moon people.
Yeah. I remember teachers asking to see it.
But I have a photo of you-
Because also I could just pull down
Yeah,
like
just-
it's on the outside of a cheek, so I wouldn't have to go like bare ass to show
We'll
it.
have a photo of it, but it won't be his butt.
It'll just be a pulled down part. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a photo of you post Warp Tour. We're walking back
Yep.
to the car. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
It's just,
and
just
I
your
was
two butt cheeks.
And I was like looking at cars. Yeah.
Yeah. We're also so young.
That's on your Facebook. That's right.
Yeah, because that's
so
from
fun.
that week
Yeah.
trip. That's just if people go through, oh, what is this trip?
You could post that photo, I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll post that photo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny photos from that trip. Dude, speaking of Snapchat and memories and old photos and stuff, I wish I had this photo. I can probably ask Holly to send it to me.
Yeah.
But Holly sent me a memory, I think it was a day or two ago. And it was a photo of us hanging out in your old apartment.
Okay.
And it's when you had, I think it was still your real hair.
Really?
But it was very long and like curly.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The huge curls.
And you
yeah.
were wearing like a leather jacket, and I was wearing like my flannel. And I remember,
I know that night. I remember that night.
I don't remember that night, and Holly was there, and I was like, look at his fucking hair.
It's
I
ridiculous.
was like, holy shit. Like, I forgot how big it was.
Yeah, and when he says real hair, I wore, for new listeners, I wore a toupee for a couple years, including the beginning of this podcast, but never on video for this
No, I don't think we
podcast.
had video for that.
Yeah.
But we did a whole episode talking about
Called
Harry
Harry
Alfredo.
Alfredo. Yeah. So if
Which
you
is-
want to know about my experience with hair loss, it's on
Which
that.
is, I think, a really good and honest episode.
Yes. No, I was very proud of that
Because we're in
episode.
our mid-20s, and, hair loss is a thing.
I mean, yeah.
I take medicine for mine, so.
yeah. And like,
mine's growing.
I started losing my hair probably at 20.
And that sucks because hair was a big fucking deal for us.
I had you had incredible hair too.
We both had incredible hair.
Because you had like bleached.
I
Like,
miss the fucking bleach, you boy.
I bet.
But I can't. I did it for a couple years, have the bleached hair with a beard.
I bet it kind of looked dirty.
It looked, when it was good, when it was freshly bleached, it looked fine. But then
Yeah.
also, my beard wasn't as long.
Right. You also didn't figure out the beard right away because I remember before we were friends again, you had like just your chin beard. It looked
it
like
was a weird.
It looked like a pharaoh. It wasn't rounded.
Yeah,
beard.
people used to call me like Crimson Chin. That's because I didn't have a barber.
Okay.
And I would just go to like, I remember when I got like a big haircut, I went to my friend's sister that was in beauty school.
Sure.
So it was like a free haircut, but she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
There's a reason.
And it was like,
it's free.
Why did this take 4 fucking hours?
Yeah, and so like they would like trim your cheeks and then just your chin would be
it's
long.
like,
You'd literally look like a pharaoh.
Yeah, just
on that. Like yeah.
But speaking of like, I feel like this whole episode is kind of like nostalgia.
Sure.
I do want to bring this up. This is a reference to kind of 2 old episodes.
Right.
This is a reference to episode 38, I believe, called Dear Billy.
Okay.
Which is it.
Episode 38 was that?
Yeah,
Holy
which
shit.
is a very traumatic episode. we talk a lot about trauma.
Yeah, we both share personal pains from our youth.
And then also it's a reference to episode 23, My Personal View of You.
Okay.
Which we talk about nostalgia in elementary school. But in those 2 episodes, we talk about the 6th grade letter, and I found my 6th grade letter.
This is wild because mine's gone. For sure.
I found mine. And I knew I had it, but I found it, and I thought it'd be fun to read this on air. So, like, the envelope says, Robert Zortman, class of 2013. My handwriting's fucking terrible.
Way better than mine, and way better than mine still is.
Mine's gotten better, but it's still terrible.
Yeah. Yours is way better than mine, though.
Smiley faces in every O for some reason.
Yeah, because you're a cool guy.
So I wrote this in 6th grade, and in our school, for context, at the end of 6th grade, it was the end of elementary school, and then you would go to junior high. So the goal is you write a letter to yourself, so when you graduate, you'll get this letter, and you'll compare how your lives were. Obviously, people moved away and they didn't get their letters and shit, but I stayed in the school district. It was cool because we actually went back to elementary school and like hung out with our teachers. I remember going on the playground, and like because we got these letters and we could read them, and I think we hung out in the library and got ice cream and shit. It was kind of a weird day, but also
I probably told this when we talked about this, but you know what I did on this day?
I think I remember. I don't remember, but I remember you telling me.
So it was me and like a group of 4 friends, or 3 other people, 3 other people, because our 5th of that group had died. Yeah, she died of a drug overdose.
That really sucks. Yeah.
So we went and hung out on her grave and read our letters to each other, and like just like really shot the shit.
So you went initially to get the letters and then left, and
well, I mean after it, we went.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, and then we like. One of them grabbed her letter, and it was weird. Like she read that.
Oh, damn!
It was super interesting.
That's really emotional, but also like really fucking cool that you did that. Because that letter probably just would have. I wonder who got it and has it. Her letter.
I don't know. Yeah,
probably whoever read it.
Yeah, probably because she was her closest friend.
So this is mine. I wrote this. So I graduated in 2013. So this would have been 6th grade. 2008, 7.
I can't. I'm so bad at that math.
So high school's 4 plus 2, 6, 13, 2007.
Okay.
This would have been 2007, I think. My handwriting's terrible. And also 6th grade, my grammar's terrible too. So this is
like read it how it's written.
This is a front and back. Yeah, I'll read it how it's written and then I'll have to read. Dear Weirdo.
Cool.
This is going to be weird, but I don't have a crush on anyone. I'm now in 6th grade.
I remember from mine, my crush, she just found out I had a crush on her.
I have a story about this because I lied this first sentence.
Oh, okay.
There's a PS.
Never mine was Kayla when I wrote it.
But it should say, I don't have a crush on anyone I know in 6th grade.
Jesus.
I actually have some friends. That's a sentence I wrote.
I was not one of them at that time.
Period.
God, that is a depressing sentence. I actually have some friends.
I'm so naive at this point. I don't realize I have so much pain.
Like, that's fair. Yeah, your pain hadn't like come to surface yet
because there's so many lines in this where I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Okay. I actually have some friends.
Well, yeah. Start over.
Their names are Gabby R, Madison A, Calvin, Dylan, Chris L, and Alan R. Okay, that's all.
Are you still friends with any of them?
I don't think I was friends with. I think my buddy Dylan moved away. I think he was really cool. And
I know Alan.
No, this is a different Alan.
Oh.
Yeah. This is Alan. These are all people from my grade because Alan was 2 years older than me.
Right.
These are all people that I hung out with, and then most of them became popular people.
Like, were any of them like friends that you'd actually hang out outside of school?
Well, I remember one of these girls, we would walk to school together occasionally.
Okay.
And that was Gabby was her name. I remember that was the girl where I noticed in 6th grade she had boobs all of a sudden.
Sure.
That was that girl. And I was like friends with her. I remember one time I walked home with her and we were hanging out on our front doorstep. And, you know, because we were just hanging out. And her dad came home and yelled at me because I was on his property. And I like got on my bike and fucking was. And I was
Out
like,
of there.
I didn't even go in your house, sir. Like, also,
Your daughter invited me.
I wasn't intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, I was a 6th grader. Okay. My favorite TV shows are The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody,
Nice.
SpongeBob,
Okay.
How It's Made,
Sure.
That 70s Show,
Nice.
Family Guy,
Okay.
The Simpsons,
Okay.
and Phil of the Future.
Oh, that's a
So
good
there's
one.
a couple deep cuts in there,
Yeah.
and then a couple where I'm like, did you really like that?
Yeah,
or were they just
sure.
popular? My favorite songs are, get ready for this.
I bet none came out that year.
My favorite songs are Axel F.
What?
You know the Crazy Frog song?
Oh my God.
Yeah. My favorite songs are Axel F. Welcome to the Black Parade,
Okay.
Sexy Back, Justin Timberlake,
Sure.
London Bridge, Fergalicious.
That's weird.
I remember in 6th grade, I had Fergie's album on CD,
Really?
and I listened to it on CD.
What was London's Back or whatever?
London Bridge.
London Bridge, yeah. What
That's,
was that?
it's from the same album. That's Fergie as well.
Oh, really?
You don't know the song London Bridge?
Uh-uh.
Oh, dude, I don't. It's an awesome song.
All right, we'll look it up after.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Some issues in the world are the war in Iraq,
Sure.
gas prices, and that's all.
I wonder what gas prices were back then, because I bet they're nothing compared to now.
Yeah, but they're not. And also, why am I writing out gas prices? I'm not paying.
No.
My favorite foods are almost everything.
Sure.
Dude, this is like hard. My handwriting's terrible.
Yeah.
My favorite hobbies are collecting stuff and building models.
What models did you build back then?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I did a lot of building models. I think I would take shit apart and
Yeah.
like invent things. That was like a thing I did in junior high a lot.
I did that.
I remember inventing a CD spinner
Okay.
where it was literally just a motor
Yeah.
that I took from a remote control car, a giant battery that I taped it all together, and then I taped the motor so it would fit CDs. So you would put a CD on it, and then it would spin it so fast that the CD would eventually shoot. And that was my invention.
I like that.
It was awesome
Yeah.
because I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm making like
I
projectiles."
remember in 6th grade, I built a tiny grappling hook out of a.
Hell yeah.
It was with a pen spring, and then I built a grappling hook out of paper clips, and then tied it to a string, and then built a little like thing you could spin to like wind it back in.
Holy shit,
Which was like,
dude, that's awesome.
it was like one of those like. Do you remember those beads you could like put together and then you'd steam it and you could like pick it up?
Oh yeah, the perler beads or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's where they have a little hole in the middle.
Yeah.
So I just like glued one of those to the side.
And you put it in the oven or something to
Yeah.
like,
So I glued one of those to the side of a pen and had another paper clip with a string tied to it that you could spin so it would wrap around.
that's fucking sweet.
That was the best thing I ever built in 6th grade.
I remember just taking shit apart all the time because I was just fascinated with how things worked.
I mean, you liked
how it's made. Dude,
yeah.
how it's made is still so good.
It's a great show.
And
yeah.
I love the narration.
That's an awesome one if you're really high.
Yeah, because
And
you
you're just
go,
like, Jesus Christ.
and you never know is it going to be like 3 random things it's going to go.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about coat hangers, vegetable soup. Like it's just
Yeah.
you're like, I'm in.
Yeah.
They have
How
nothing-
do they make it? Fucking tell me.
Okay. Collecting stuff and building models. My favorite activities are sports, playing outside, and talking to friends.
Wow.
Talking to friends.
Didn't have many.
Podcast.
Hey. We don't know shit about sports.
Yeah, I don't really care about sports.
The big game's coming up.
All right, so this is the sentence I kind of referenced, I think, in episode 23 when I talked about like what I wanted to be when I got
I remember
older.
this.
So this is the sentence. When I'm older, I want to be a comedian, inventor, magician, ventriloquist.
Why ventriloquist? You've never done that.
I never have. I think Jeff Dunham was huge at the time
Yeah, that makes
because
sense.
I get inspired, or I did get inspired really easily by everything that was good.
Comedian, inventor. What was the third one?
Magician.
Right.
We talked about magic at the top,
yeah.
of the top of the show. But I think I was friends with our buddy Chris. Remember Chris, who was a ventriloquist?
Oh, through your church.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Because he didn't go to our school
No.
at that time.
But I think he did in high school.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But I think I knew him through church.
Yep. Because he did go to your church.
My favorite movies are James Bond and Star Wars.
None of those are movies. Those are both franchises, but all right.
I just picked up 4 new James Bond movies a few days ago for I'm going for a complete set.
Yeah, because there's 20
Yeah, there's
something, maybe 30 at this point.
Fuck ton of them. And also, it's funny because Star Wars I haven't seen. At this point, I've seen what I've seen now, probably. Maybe
the first 6.
Yeah, the first 6 and only. Like, I haven't seen anything past that.
You're not I mean, TV shows are good, but
Malacordian or whatever.
Mandalorian?
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Malacordian.
My favorite teachers are almost all of them.
God, you're such a loser. Like, just
No. And then this is when it gets weird.
Okay.
The bad thing, or good thing, I guess, is that I have one embarrassing moment, and that is when Mrs. Wolcott tricked me, and my nickname was Billy Wild.
Oh my God.
That's the end of the sentence. And I said, the bad thing or good thing. So that happened in 5th grade.
Yeah,
this is the end of 6th grade.
You're still in it.
And that was the end of it. And then it
Holy
goes,
shit.
my favorite subject.
Oh my God. That's so sad that you had to put that in.
So at least now this gives more context. The guy's name from the book is Billy Wild.
Okay.
I think we figured out the book, but I'm
You're
not.
Billy, yeah.
My favorite subjects are all of them,
Jesus.
but math and music.
Why do
I
you
don't like
music.
I don't like music.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's like what I went into, and I was
Yeah.
in a fucking band
In high school, yeah.
and post-op.
Yeah.
My appearance right now is short hair.
Do you not have the bowl cut at this point?
I don't know what I'm guessing I had like the spiked front, maybe.
That's probably what I had in 6th grade when I started growing out my hair.
5 moles
Yep. Do you still have them?
on my face.
Yeah.
The beard covers 2 or 3 of them.
3.
3 of them.
So you got the boom and the boom.
5 moles. The side of my head is bleeding.
Oh. Do you know why?
I think I have a mole right here by my lip.
Yeah.
And I think I tried cutting it off.
Oh my God.
And I think this happened for a couple years. Like it was a thing I did for a while because I hated that. I hated them.
Yeah.
The beard helps.
Sure.
But like when you're a kid, you're like, I'm ugly.
Well, I mean, it's just like,
There's
I have
shit on
something
my
that
face.
I cannot control.
But like I literally tried cutting it off.
I mean, 5 moles on your face.
So then like literally
it's not nothing.
in class, I would like do this with my shirt.
Okay.
Because it was always bleeding.
Because you always fuck with it.
Yeah. I would always be trying to
Can
scratch
you you can get moles removed, but you'd have a scar, wouldn't you?
You can get them laser removed. And
laser.
I've looked into them and
Yeah.
they do potentially leave scars. But also they can come back, I think.
Really?
I've just learned to live with it.
I mean, with the beard, it's not bad at all.
No, with the beard,
either.
it's fine because I think you notice the beard first.
Sure.
But yeah, I was like, the side of my head is bleeding.
Yeah, that's wild.
I am wearing green shorts, a white shirt, and a blue dress shirt.
Oh,
Why am I wearing a dress
I
shirt?
don't know. With green shorts.
Yeah, what?
That sounds horrible.
That's probably why the side of my face is bleeding. I was like, I look ugly. My favorite books are Silverfin,
Okay.
Star Wars.
Well, because
And
Silverfin's a James
Silverfin
Bond,
is a
isn't
young
it?
Bond,
Yeah.
which is
I remember that.
I still have my original copies.
I remember
and I have like
Silverfin being
4 of
big.
them. Silverfin
Okay.
was, I think, was the first, and then they did a bunch of them. Star Wars and other good books.
Cool.
This is how good I am at writing, or how good I was at writing. This year, I got semi-good grades.
All right.
Period. It was a really good, funny year. I have 7 bros and sis, 2 dads, and 2 moms. Okay, that's all. Bye. Sincerely, Robert, aka yourself. Then there's a PS.
Oh, shit.
This PS was added later.
How much later?
So if you look at my envelope, it's taped shut. They initially were licked shut, because that's how envelopes
Wait,
work.
I didn't even think we took them home.
No. So we licked them and gave them to the teacher.
Okay, yeah.
Mine's taped shut because during lunch, because I did have a crush on a girl, but I didn't want to put it in my letter, but then I was like, I'm going to regret it if I don't.
Yeah.
During lunch, I snuck into the classroom,
Okay.
went behind the teacher's desk, found my letter, opened it, and added this.
Oh my
no
God.
joke, dude.
That's so weird.
It's why wouldn't I just write it in the letter?
Or why wouldn't you give up?
I'm glad I did, though.
You went through her shit.
Because P.S., I do like someone. Their names are Madison A. and Gabby R.
Your 2 friends.
the 2 girls that I listed as friends. And Maddie ended up moving away.
Yeah.
And Gabby graduated with us, and she was a popular hot girl.
Nice.
That was my fucking letter.
That is...
It is wild.
Not as bad as I expect. Well, the side of my face bleeding and
the
I had one embarrassing moment. That's rough.
Yeah, especially knowing the backstory.
Yeah.
I just thought that this is like kind of fun to read and like look back and be like,
And then what's a quick sum up of the backstory of the embarrassing thing?
oh, the 5th grade trauma.
Yeah.
So we talked about this in Dear Barely if you want to hear more about it. But basically, I got punked. I got Ashton Kutcher pranked.
Got catfish.
I got catfished for 4 months, I would say. From Valentine's Day to the end of the school year in 5th grade, I admitted my love for a girl. I'm pretty sure her name was Maddie.
Oh.
That was the girl I had a crush on still.
Still friends with her?
At the end of 6th grade.
All right.
Because I didn't
Deal with it.
I didn't deal with it.
Yeah.
And then she moved away. But I had a major crush on her. Put a note in her Valentine's box. Nothing happened. I got a note in my locker. I thought it was her, but it was code names. Blah, blah, blah. Notes back and forth. Rest of the year.
And like
Love letters.
reciprocating.
Yeah, love. Like, oh, I like it.
notes.
But we're using code names. Like,
Yeah.
they called me Billy Wild. And I think her name was Maddie. Because that was like the name of a girl in the book we were reading.
Okay.
End of the school year. Very last day. I find out it was a joke.
In front of the whole class.
In front of the whole class. It was her. The popular girls, which Gabby, that I was still friends with, was one of them.
All right.
And then the teacher.
God.
Mrs. Wolcott. That,
Fuck her.
For the longest time, was my favorite teacher.
Now not. It's rough.
It's rough. I still, I mean, I don't know why I think of, that's the year I did the report on the Beatles.
Okay.
So I
don't
don't know.
even remember her.
Yeah. But it turns out the teacher was in on it and was punking me the whole time and it wasn't real.
That's
and it
insane.
literally broke my heart.
And you're still embarrassed by it a year later.
Yeah.
And now you still are 10 years later.
I'm still talking about it.
Almost 15 years later.
Holy shit. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. That's my 6th grade letter. We do have an Izzys Insight coming our way, so let's take a pee break, refill our drinks, and
get
we'll
ready
be
for that.
right freaking back. Welcome back to the infamous segment, Izzys Insights. Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
There you go.
How's everyone doing?
Good. All
Happy,
right, so
happy Moist Monday.
Happy Moist Monday. She
Happy
brought these
Moist
weird
Monday.
drinks.
What are these things?
I think they're a Japanese soda.
We
Premium
got them
carbonate.
with poke the other week.
Yeah,
What's poke?
It's like deconstructed sushi.
kind of. Yeah.
Really?
It's just like rice and
It's
meat and
super
some
good.
veggies that are really
It's
good.
deconstruct. Like so it's
It's
not
in a
wrapped.
bowl.
It's in a
It's in a
bowl.
bowl, and you just like mix it up and eat
So
it.
it's like raw.
Kind of, yeah.
So it's lazy sushi.
Sure, but you choose what goes in it. All right, so these
It's
are
super good.
So these are a weird drink that you have to open.
Have we
in a
talked
weird way.
about these before on the pod?
I got them once, and I was super excited.
But have you talked about them on the podcast?
I don't know.
I think I remember you talking about because these have the weird ball on them.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a real life conversation. I don't remember.
Yeah,
So you have to take the lid off and pop the middle part out.
The fuck?
I know.
Whoa! Liquid just
liquid came out.
no. It looks like it is.
Oh yeah, because it's a marble on the
marble,
top,
yeah.
so you can't spill it.
What the fuck?
So yeah, you pop this like plunger out of the lid.
And then you put it face down and you just have to push really hard on
Yep.
it.
Ready?
Is it gonna juice?
I don't know.
Jacob's did.
Oh my god! I gotta put my mic down for this.
Got it.
Oh my god!
And
That's
then
like that's like scary, dude.
and then the marble's in the drink,
What the fuck?
and it like blocks it sometimes while you drink it.
So now you just drink it.
Yeah.
What's the cap do? Nothing.
You take the
You
cap
drink
out.
it.
The
Oh my
plunger
god.
out. Yeah.
This tastes like a baby bottle pop.
Oh.
I'm not even
Okay,
joking.
so
Cool.
now you just drink it as is.
Yeah, because you have strawberry, I have normal, and you have lychee.
Original.
Original. yes.
Lychee.
Yeah.
So what are these called? Ramune premium carbonated soft drinks. What's lychee?
No, try
A
it.
fruit.
It looks like raspberry. We'll get some B-roll of these post op. Oh, it says sangria on it or
It's not alcoholic.
Sangaria. Is that where it's from?
Sangria. I don't know.
Oh, you guys say that too?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it's from. Okay, let's try this.
What's the original flavor?
I don't know. Might just be sweet.
I want to try it. Well, it says that it's made with real like sugar, so
with
it
real
just
sugar.
could be
Sure.
But it's only 90 calories, dude. 0 fat, 0 cholesterol, 1% sodium, and only 8 carbs. Damn. Okay. Dude, I love how it's glass bottle, too.
I like original. This does taste like a baby bottle.
There's a
pop.
flavor to that.
This is I don't know what this is.
Don't know what it is though.
No
It's
idea.
fruit.
Like, it's good, but I don't know what the flavor is.
Yeah. No, but I thought the thing was fun.
These are freaking, they're scary to do, though. They're scary to pump.
They just shove it down.
Yeah, and then it sounds like it's popping. What a weird, how do they make this?
I don't know.
They're real good though. They're
And then-
very sweet.
And then so for the first one, after I was done with that, I ripped this off so I could get the marble out. I want the little glass marble.
So now are you building a marble collection?
Maybe. I just put it in a potted plant because it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So then the potted plant is flavored.
Sure.
Dude,
Marbly.
that's kind of, is it like if you totally tip it upside down, it won't leak? Mm-hmm.
Really?
I'm not going to try it.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you drink it straight upside down, eventually it will stop because it just fills it.
Because the marble,
Completely
it
blocks
kind
it.
of reminds me of like an aerator. You know, like when you make beer and you let it sit, you got to let the air out.
Sure.
So air can only go up and it can't go in because there's a marble
Oh.
or something like that.
Sure.
Because I remember we made alcohol in our dorm room and we had to get a
Yeah, that's
get
wild.
a device like that that literally just pushes air out. Because I think that's how it works. I don't 100% know, but I do know that the beer that we made in our dorm room tasted like bread,
Okay, so
Weird.
it's just super
but we
yeasty.
had 5 gallons of it.
oh my god.
And we would get fucked up. Like I think
Really?
I think we didn't wait long enough, so like the percentage was super high.
So you
Sure.
could have gone blind from it.
Yeah, but then somebody, because if you shook it, it tasted better.
Okay.
Weird.
But then somebody was shaking it one night when we were super drunk, and threw it on the ground.
Oh my
and
God.
it shattered. And literally 2.5 gallons of alcohol.
Oh my god.
In your dorm?
That is
Spilled.
awful.
Oh my
all over-
god.
Did it smell?
Yeah. Smelled like yeast.
It's
Yeah.
amazing you guys lasted a semester.
This is literally towards the end of the semester. So
Sure.
like it leaked into the hallway. So
I
the car-
believe
Oh.
it.
So I
That's so gross.
we were like, oh fuck. I was like in bed on my bunk bed, but it was also really funny too because it was like,
Oh, yeah.
why
It's
did
wild,
you do
yeah.
that?
All right, so for another segment, if you look at your phone, I sent you photos of a website that Izzy bought this hat from, and she was comfortable buying from this site, which is wild.
It was on Amazon. Thank you.
Oh, it was on I thought it wasn't. I thought it was a weirder
bought
website
that
than
off
that.
Amazon.
Okay,
Alright.
Jacob.
So if you click on the photos, and we'll put them up for you.
It made me laugh so
Dude,
hard.
What the fuck are these? Dude, why didn't they put it on the kid? Why didn't they put it on? Okay, so I have 3 photos here
Yeah.
for you guys listening at home. There's the first photo is a girl staring at the camera wearing a hat.
She's
that-
not wearing a hat.
But in this photo, it looks like she kind of is.
She is wearing the hat. That's the advertisement.
You don't notice it till you go to the next one. There's a
That
college.
was my
There's a
favorite.
college-like student not wearing a hat, but they photoshopped a hat on his head, and it's covering one of his eyes.
And it very clearly shows that this first photo is
Correct.
also because
Yeah.
that hat has giant.
Correct.
on her
And then
head.
the next one is a dad and a son. He's wearing a hat. I mean, dude, I would say the hat looks good on you.
Yeah.
It doesn't look
No,
fake.
It's a good hat.
So that amazed me that this is a decent hat.
Dude, I want to so bad, but I won't because it would take fucking forever. But how funny would be this entire episode
If we had hats
if we
on.
had a fake hat on? I put a
That
fake.
would be really
over
funny.
This, yeah.
but
you'll
in-
have to put those photos while we talk
But in
about
this,
this.
this last photo of the son and the dad, why did they not put it on the son?
Both, and they're both just wearing horrible hats.
Maybe they tried and they were like, no, that's
Yeah,
too
that's
bad.
too far.
Too bad.
Dude, why would you buy that?
Well, because it was on Amazon. It had really good reviews.
That's wild.
It did.
How cheap? Was it a cheap hat?
It looks like a good quality.
I didn't find any of them that were.
Because you wear unique hats now.
Well, they're called cadet hats, and this one's a
Oh, like
little
Cadet
bit
Kim. What's the thing?
Cadet Kelly.
Cadet Kelly. That's the Disney Channel.
Well,
thing.
but this one's more like wide brimmed and a little bit bigger than
But
my
I
other.
think it fits you good.
I think so. Yeah,
It looks better than the photos. You
it
should,
sure
I'd say
does.
so.
That's
You
wild.
you should
Yeah.
submit your own photo.
I know, like, hey, it's
Just use
okay.
this one.
Yeah,
But also Photoshop it.
yeah. Make it bigger.
Dude, those photos are...
Wild.
Aren't they funny?
At first I was like...
she bought from.
At first I was like, what am I
bought
looking
it
at?
before I looked at the pictures.
really? 'Cause you just
I
looked up
go
that,
off
yeah.
of reviews
Oh, okay.
most of the
That's
time.
fair.
When I'm looking for products, I go off of the
Yeah,
reviews.
that's what I'm curious. Like when you buy stuff online, how quick are you to pull the pin?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty quick.
Yeah, sometimes I just go, good enough.
Yeah.
I do it too.
And then I get it, and
But
It's
like,
like,
I
okay.
looked at like
I never did Wish though.
no.
that's. But like even from Amazon, you can order like shit, and
Yeah.
if you don't look at it, it shows up and it's like this big, and you're
I've
like,
seen a
"God
lot of
damn."
people like order chairs
For
and then
my-
turns out they're like that
for
big.
my
yeah.
sister's wedding. So my sister's very religious. My sister's very religious, and they had a very religious wedding.
Yes.
They bought a goblet off of Amazon to like drink something out of.
The blood of Christ.
Probably.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
communion.
They, yeah, they took communion. Correct.
goblet.
They brought their own goblet.
Yes.
That's
Well,
weird.
they had to get it blessed, probably.
So
Dude, communion goblets are awesome. I've done that before.
yeah.
It's also very gross.
Yes.
But they bought it and it showed up and it ended up being that big. And it was so,
it's,
funny.
so it's a shot glass
Oh.
goblet.
Pretty much.
Dude,
do they use it?
No, they bought another one.
it
That's
sounds like we need to
lame.
get.
Are you?
It sounds like we need to get 3 shot glass goblets,
Just
That
type-
would be really funny.
and we just do a shots
We
of
have
James.
Moscow Mule shot glasses. I
That's
still
true.
want to know what those are for.
Those are freaking cool.
I don't know what those are
Right?
for though.
like
I think it's just to be silly.
maybe.
Because you have a shot glass mug, one or with the handle.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we got those for like Christmas.
Dude, you know
I
what
think.
this
I
reminds
think those are espresso
This
cups.
drink
Yeah.
reminds
Oh,
me
maybe.
of. Have you ever gotten like fruit in a can
Yeah.
and
Sure.
then drinking the juice from it?
Yeah.
This tastes like pear juice from a can,
But
Interesting.
or
carbonated.
like fruit juice from a
yeah,
can.
it's lychee.
It doesn't even taste carbonated to me.
No,
It just tastes. Well, I drink carbonated drinks all the time,
that's
Mister
fair.
not carbonated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like carbonated shit.
It hurts when you burp, and that's unnecessary. I don't get it. Why would
I
you want
love
that?
that feeling.
Why?
Dude, I'm the same boat, but
It
like
hurts.
sneezing hurts. That's why I don't sneeze.
Okay, that's
What?
it. No, so his weird thing is not sneezing. My weird thing is I don't like carbonation. Don't compare that. Like,
They're the same thing because it
Neither-
hurts when it comes out.
no, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No.
Sneezing fucking hurts.
No, it doesn't.
Do
Yes,
you
it
not
does.
sneeze?
No, he doesn't. He
I
holds
hold it
it.
in.
Oh, so
he's-
you still? I thought you meant you just like
No, so
you
if,
never sneeze.
if you watch him sneeze, you go,
No, so I literally go.
yeah, and that's gonna
people- and
fucking
Your
kill you.
eyeballs are gonna come
It's gonna
out.
kill you.
No,
one
it's
day.
a brain aneurysm. My
Yeah.
eyeballs are gonna pop out. But I'd rather that.
Sneezing's not bad.
I wrote a stand-up bit
I don't
about
like
this that I showed you.
sneezing.
That I told you guys, and I
know,
thought it was pretty good. But why?
Because you were nervous that was an eighth of an orgasm, and you're like, why would you want that?
Why would you want that? Why would you want an eighth of an orgasm? It fucking hurts. And also with
That's not very-
with facial hair, it's a. I don't. It's
It did get grosser when I
exactly.
grew out my
It's a fucking.
mustache.
It's like.
when it just sticks.
Gross.
I didn't
It
like
sucks.
I didn't like ribs when I was younger because of the work, and now I don't like them even more because of the mess.
The work?
There's so much work that goes into ribs,
Wait, what?
like eating
Ribs?
them. Ribs, the,
Oh.
the food.
I didn't know what we were talking about. Okay,
I'm trying to
Jesus.
compare it to the
I thought we were
mess.
still talking sneezes.
It's the beard. As a bearded man, you can't you can't enjoy life. And it
Why
just
don't you get rid of it then?
because I can't
we were talking about
Why?
his moles.
because it covers half my face. I'm just kidding. Okay, so but it is your insight.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about a few things that we talked about in today's episode and get your perspective and insight on it. Have you ever been busted
making whoopee.
having sex by
Making whoopee.
You remember
Yeah.
those late night commercials? Songs to make whoopee too.
Goldberg?
What?
You
Whoopi
sound like an
Goldberg.
80-year-old man.
Well, answer the question.
Push and bush?
I have never, well, kind of.
Oh.
I never like had somebody walking in while it was currently happening.
But post up?
But no, but I've had it happen where like we heard them walking up the stairs and quickly like threw a blanket over.
Which
So-
doesn't do anything, and it's more.
No, absolutely not.
So you were naked under the blanket?
Yes.
Was this
Damn.
with his parents?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, his mom walked in on us twice.
Ooh.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Well, the first time was before we were dating, and we weren't having
Whoa.
sex. We were just doing like
Fooling around.
sexual
Yeah.
things.
Stuff.
Yeah, foot stuff.
But you got to get naked for it.
But it was like
Take
it was
those
like
socks off, baby.
I was a senior in high school, and it was like 3:00 in the morning, and he had
You were
had
staying
like
the night?
no, he had like a ton of people over, and they
Oh.
left like an hour before, and we were hanging out afterwards and
Sure.
doing things. And his mom walked in, and I don't think she, throughout our relationship, thought that was me,
Oh, okay.
and I'm really thankful for that.
She thought it was just a girl.
A girl.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But she
Damn.
walked in and I was behind him and she was like, she needs to go home right now. And I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Why were you behind him?
Well, like he like rolled off and like
Oh.
rolled onto the side and I was like pushed into the couch.
They were like hiding.
pretty much. But
Whoa.
Weird.
that was weird. And then yeah, there was just like one other time where
Still in high school?
Yeah.
But you never been buzzed by the cops.
No. No, I've
Yeah, who would do?
Yes.
Who would do that
Have you really?
in a park? We talked
Naked in
about.
a car in
That's
the park.
really funny.
Yeah, and then the cops asked her if she was there on her own free will. Multiple
That's so
times.
awful.
Yeah.
But like, good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Good for them. But
Diligent cops,
Yeah.
yeah.
think about. I'm
how
just like.
you, yeah.
I'm just,
I'm okay.
she's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Her
She
mom
wanted to
hates
do
me.
this.
Yeah, it was. She probably is the one that started it. If we're being realistic.
No,
It
I
was her
don't like
fucking-
car sex.
Well, but back in the day, that was you had.
Oh,
to.
It
you
was
had.
very easy. Yeah.
Well,
Not
you-
easy. It was just
But,
all you had.
It's all you had.
I was in the back of a fucking Mercury Sable. You're in a Fiesta.
I was in a Fiesta throwing a fucking party, baby. God, that should have made that joke when we were dating.
There you go.
She would have liked that. Okay, we did talk about Snapchat too, the updates. How do you feel about the new random?
She doesn't have issues with it like I
Recap.
do.
You don't like,
What?
like
know
you know
how-
memories, like it is like your today a year ago, like time hop.
And
Yeah.
then it also gives you random.
Yeah.
So I have issue with the random because sometimes it'll just be my dick.
Well, I was gonna say, don't like.
Because from 4 years ago, I was doing a thirst trap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say his name on the podcast, but
We can
like,
bleep it.
Yeah, there are random times where like it'll just pop up and it'll just be like a picture of from like high school or from college, and
Sure.
I'm just like
That sucks.
I wish there was an option to be like, don't show me pictures from like this time.
You could go through your Snapchat history and do
Yeah,
it.
because there's a few
But-
times my ex girlfriend pops up a lot too.
Yeah.
especially on like the daily ones where it's like, oh,
It's
there
just,
she
like,
is.
weird.
A lot.
And then it's like, 10 photos.
Yeah.
of
Like,
you too.
God damn it.
Sure.
But then I go, I'll probably feel better in a year when I see this.
Jesus.
I don't want to delete them.
All right.
What?
Because I don't have any from past actual relationships.
I'm also not dating anyone, so I don't feel like it's not like I don't need to delete them.
That's fair.
You know?
Yes.
Also, that's who I was in the moment.
Sure.
I'm not like holding on to something. I'm past that.
Yes.
What are you trying to say? I feel like I'm.
You're just
He hasn't said anything.
I feel like
hasn't said anything
I'm defending
wrong.
myself right now.
What are you trying to say?
Moving on. I do have a question that does not relate to this episode,
Okay.
but it relates to a prior episode. Jacob told me about this term, and
I'm very confused by
he's
this.
giving me an eye, but I never knew what it meant. But he called you a pillow princess.
You don't know what a pillow
I
princess
called her that?
Yeah.
Oh, I
and
didn't
I was very curious to hear what
Oh,
a pillow.
I feel like you call yourself that more than I've ever called you that.
100%.
What is a pillow
So
princess?
a pillow princess
She got
is
so excited.
because I am.
Because she says it. I didn't know I ever said that to you. I
I
assumed
think you brought it up, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
or maybe you heard her say it because I feel like she says it more than I do.
I think you brought it up.
maybe.
Also, I'm on top a lot of the time.
Okay.
So a pillow princess.
Are you on top doing work though?
Okay, shut up.
Exactly.
Whoa, here we go. Let's get into
bottom.
it. You're PB, dude, and she's the J. It's too easy.
What?
You're just
Anyways,
the J.
no, it's just it's the person who typically is the submissive in the relationship while you're having sex, who just lays down and takes it
Just
Oh, so you
enjoys.
just-
and just enjoys.
So you're
Doesn't
just
have to
dead?
do any
Yeah.
work.
Yep.
So she's
I just get to
dead.
lay
Yep.
there,
That's how I like it.
and it's
Dead.
awesome.
So do you like the movie Dead Girl?
Sometimes
he
I have
actually-
her ice herself just so it's like she's a body.
We've talked before.
That movie's so fucked
That
up.
if I die in like natural circumstances, he gets to fuck my dead body one time.
This is coming up on the-
no.
What is-
So earlier when I told you I get one, you interpreted that as in I get one other person
what I
after she
Nope.
dies.
Nope.
No, it was that
This
she,
came up organically. It came up organically.
No,
Dude,
that's
this is a revelation.
that's what I meant, and then you just
Yep.
went with your own theory. I was like, I'm not gonna correct
I'm
that.
curious to see, because when I edit this, I'm going to see your reaction. Your face is probably going to go. You're probably going to do a quick thing. and
No,
then-
because you assumed that meant I got one other person.
That's what
Nope.
I thought. And I was like, you guys have talked about this?
Nope, he gets to fuck my dead body one time.
You guys have talked about
Just
that.
once.
That's
That was a
worse.
joke, yes.
It doesn't seem like a joke. It seems
It's
like
not.
it's been established.
It's not.
It's an established joke.
Because prior episodes, we have talked about the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So
Izzy just
And
wants it.
I'm going to die.
She
Right?
wants a
I don't want to
bullet, then a
survive.
dick.
I don't want to survive. Well,
hard-
preferably it would be dick, bullet, dick.
a DVD, dude.
We'll see.
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball D's nuts.
There you go.
Okay.
Tried to get there. Didn't do it.
It was
They're
good.
not all going to land, ladies and gentlemen. That's what comedy is. You know, you just got to shoot for the bushes, aim for the bushes, and jump off the building.
I love bushes.
We've
Sure
talked about
do.
this before. Do you have any lasting insights for this week? It is the beginning of March, so how you feeling? It's springtime.
We just we're coming up on a year
Yeah,
of the podcast.
Next episode will be our 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
I like the sun. It's very nice.
It's very
It's been
important.
helping.
There you go.
I feel like I'm getting out of like a 2-month funk where like I was just going through the motions and now I'm just like I feel
Well,
things
it's that-
so much more
It's that
again.
It's the post-holiday depression.
I think my piece of advice after the week that I've had,
Yep.
It's
if
Monday.
you have a boss or a person in power who is shitty to you, fight that bitch back.
Whoa.
Fight them back. Do not let them talk to you like you're dog shit and take it. Get fired. It doesn't matter. That's my
fired?
advice for
All right.
the week.
Dude, I feel like you've brought so many good insights
Yeah.
just
Did you
Off
think that
the-
was good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
you
was
said-
rage.
No, I like that.
So
Pure
every
rage.
time you've brought insight, I literally go, "This is the best the podcast has ever been."
Yeah.
We're actually
That
giving
makes me so
we're actually
happy.
giving people advice
Yeah.
instead
That's
of just
so cute.
bullshit. But the funny thing is at the end of the episode. So did people really hear it? Who knows?
Yeah,
we'll
good
see.
point.
Yeah,
good
we'll see if
point.
anyone made it this far. Rob and I said a lot of bullshit before this.
Comment. What should they comment?
But if they just
they make it this far.
make it. Yeah, let us know if you made it to the Izzy's Insights.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
Comment Easy Izzy if you made it to
Easy
Izzy's
Izzy?
Insights.
Yeah.
That was my high school nickname.
Don't even.
We didn't even have sex in high, or well, I guess a little bit, but not much.
I lost my virginity when I was 18, so it would have been January of my senior year.
17, baby.
Hey.
Rock and roll.
All right,
Dude, that's going to be a question for the next time.
email us.
Where does that name come from? Because when you brought that up, it made me think of Anal Girl,
What?
which is from 500 Days of Summer.
Her nickname because she was anal, not because she had a lot of anal.
Yeah, he spits his drink.
Yeah.
That's my other advice. Do something new. Try
Right.
anal.
There you go.
Try pegging.
Yeah, try pegging.
Someone out there, let me know how you went. Email us at moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on freaking TikTok and Instagram. God, at the end of the episode, I feel like I'm in struggle butts.
because we drink.
Yeah. Well, and then carbonation. Make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Moist Monday Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at Moist Monday Podcast. We do video there in case you guys don't know if you're listening at home.
Rate us 5 stars on all podcast
Yeah,
platforms.
we would love that. Dude, we're freaking...
It's growing.
We're growing. And
we're-
we're starting to show,
Yeah.
which is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Because
so-
every boy gets there one day.
Thank you for being our moist mutual.
Yeah, thank you all for being Moist Mutuals. We'll see you freaking next week on our 1 year anniversary
Happy
episode.
Moist Monday, everybody.
Happy Moist Monday.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
Because he's just a guy. Like, he's just an idiot.